music and life to the full. xRhythms.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here for another interview, and this time we have Justin Hieb from Weathered. Justin, how you doing, my friend?
Doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, let's start with the obvious question of how did Weathered come together? How did the band come together and form?
Yeah, so I met one of my bandmates about 10 years ago. We're freshmen in college. We're studying to be pastors together. We just started playing in bands and like writing music together. And then eventually, about 7 years ago, we added our bassist and our drummer. So yeah, we were all living together in a house, writing music. So yeah, just writing music, putting out releases, and then like booking shows around that.
What sort of sound were you producing? Do you think there was any specific genre you could like kind of associate with?
Yeah, I think at the time, because this is like 2012, that's kind of when the whole like emo pop punk phase was coming up, like the Wonder Years, Real Friends, that kind of stuff. So I think we were a product of that environment, like trying to write stuff like that, and then over time we kind of just like grew into our own sound, I guess, kind of what it is now. Over time we just amassed this huge cloud of like tons of different genres of music, you know, that we'd listen to and we could kind of draw from.
Do you think that is more beneficial as a writer and writing original stuff to have that massive amount to draw from?
It kind of depends, I guess. I think when it's your first band, if you're first starting out, if you're still trying to learn how to write, it is good to have like consume as much music as you can, as many different kinds of bands as you can, just so like you understand what's out there. I don't know, sometimes I think about starting like a country western band just because I think that'd be kind of fun. Yeah. Like it's kind of out of character, but I do kind of like that music, and so if I were to do that, I'd probably want to immerse myself more in that world.
So at what point did you and the band come to realize, you know, we're actually gaining traction here? We've got people who actually want to listen and buy our music.
We were touring a lot more. We're probably touring like 3 months out of the year, which is kind of a lot for a band like us. Like we're playing, 12 hours away, and like people were coming out just to see us. Starting to see that kind of like trickle in. It was kind of like a slow going process, but like once that started happening, then it was kind of clear like, oh, like we have something that people are drawn to. That's kind of cool. Like let's hold on to that and keep working off that.
So you're touring, you're writing. At what point does Facedown Records come into the mix?
We were recording our Stranger Here record, just our first record. That was in like 2017. We're recording that with Jim Hughes, who used to play in a band called Colossus. He does like a lot of work for Facedown. Like he does a lot of graphic design stuff for them. He'd kind of thrown out like, hey, do you want me to show this to any people I know? Like, is that something you guys are interested in? And obviously we're like, show that to anyone. Like we have no label backing from anyone at the moment. Eventually like someone from Facedown reached out and asked if we wanted to put the record out with them, and put out some more records with them after that. And I don't know, after weighing the options, it was a really good like experience. Like they were really cool and very open.
So how has your experience in the industry changed since signing on with them, or has it changed at all? Has it pretty much just been building the same way it was before? Signing
with them has definitely like expanded our reach. More people have listened to us. Yeah, it's hard to say if this is true or if this is just my perception of it. It definitely seemed like after a while, like some of the fans that we gained initially stopped caring as much, because they're like, oh, they're signed, that's cool. Like they kind of moved on from it, I guess. There's like a weird thing within DIY culture where like you'll support a band as much as you can, but as soon as they get signed, you kind of stop supporting them. Not because you have any like resentment, but because like, oh, my work's done here. I don't need to support them. They have label support, but like the truth is, you need all of that. You know, and you need everyone to be coming out and like supporting you for it all to work, I guess. So but ultimately, I don't think it made a huge difference. You know, we're still playing to our fans and stuff, so it's just kind of who I am. Like, it's what I've always written about. It's like totally woven into like my character, I guess, to write about like, you know, my faith life and faith experiences.